We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Sam Darnold and the New York Jets.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the New York Jets. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Mahomes to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Number 20.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, 43 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go and prove it right now.
And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
I love how he exploded on the national scene his redshirt freshman year when, at the beginning of the season, he was not named the starting quarterback. But when USC was struggling, he got an opportunity. And by the end of the year, the Rose Bowl MVP, an epic shootout with Penn State, and put him on the NFL radar in a big way.
Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Gore on the toss right. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Gore showing, and now off to the races down the right side. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 63 yards on the ground. So close, couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. After the big play, a chance to finish. Now on 1st and goal. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From the 6. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Back over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Seven, our score after one.
Tied 7-7.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Bell, the ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get this down close to a 1st at about the Jets' 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now Bell. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Butker on for the PAT. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Ballantyne to return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Jets take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd down and 10. Darnold. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes. And that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
6 yards.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Tano Passanio. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before. Reaches the 27. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
7-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Ballantyne to return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10.
New York ready to go again offensively. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll drop to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making it.
Now he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Willie Gay.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Back to throw, Darnold. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A 1st down throw, Darnold going for it all. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown.
Complete to number 80.
Jamison Crowder, 28 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there, but the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's caught inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a 1st down, but the field goal team is out onto the field from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
Chiefs 17, Jets 14.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points. And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just want to go to the basket.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Corey Valentine from the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10.
So out now come the Jets. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st down, Darnold toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And 10 yards to
A
go.
play fake, and it's Darnold.
He'll air this one out from Mims.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 54 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off, and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Bryce Hall.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 1-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They run. It's Gore. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He'll air this one out deep for Pitt. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 37. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Darnold completes it. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Darnold. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. The Jet passing game in. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
New York.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 21-17. A little over a minute and a half remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He's going to look and got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now Mahomes. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35. I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. One final try from Mahomes. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game one of the key ones, but at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on, and that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.